Hello, Oracles. Well, Tesla did what we thought they were going to do, and they dropped prices massively here in the US, up to 20% on some models. We will go over which models and how much the prices are now in just a minute. So, as you can see here in a tweet from Sawyer Merritt, breaking, Tesla has reduced their car prices massively in the US. The changes are Model 3 rear wheel drive, 43,990 down from 46,990. That's a 6.4% drop. The Model 3 Performance, 53,990 down from 62,990, a 14.2% drop. The Model Y long range, $52,990, down 20% from $65,990. And the Model Y Performance is $56,990, down from the $69,990, which is Sawyer says a 23% drop, but he made a mistake on it, and it's actually an 18.6% drop. And as Sawyer says here, this means that all long range Model Ys qualify for the new $7,500 EV tax credit. The 7-seater Model Y option is also now $4,000. That is up from the $3,000. So then the next question is, why is the Model Y Performance not under $55,000? That one does not qualify for the EV tax credit. So again, this comes down to the question of, is there going to be another price drop in the future? There might be. And is there going to be maybe a software unlock for that standard range 4680 that can get you into a performance? So these are things that we're going to be watching over the next few weeks, but this is that massive price drop that we have been talking about. I have been anticipating this coming. Here it is, Friday the 13th. We got it. It's very exciting. And now I'm going to be rerunning some numbers because this morning Tesla emailed me and said, hey, prices are dropped now. The model that you had reserved is now this price. And it still shows my $250 reservation fee. So I'm wondering if I can still use my original reservation for this. So I'm going to go and find out about this one, but we're going to go onto the ordering pages now so you guys can see each one of these models and how it looks on the ordering page. I'm also going to go over all of the inventory tomorrow in my area. I did it last week, and last week there were 92 Model Ys and 25 Model 3s. So looking at that, we'll see tomorrow it's only going to be one day, but we'll see how quickly that dropped inventory over one day. And then we'll just keep on monitoring this as we go forward. This is really undercutting Ford. The Ford Mach-E is $63,000. They still do not qualify for the EV tax credit. And we know that Ford is not profitable on the Mach-E. So this is really going to put the nail in the coffin for that. I really don't know what Jim Farley and friends are going to do over at Ford right now with that. The Cadillac Lyriq, which isn't even being sold at the moment, doesn't qualify either. So this is where, Legacy Auto is going to have to really look at their hybrids and do what they can just to get by. But their EVs alone are not going to make it, because Ford having to take this hit on the Mach-E means that they're going to be selling it below cost if they do end up bringing the price down. If they don't bring the price down, why would anyone choose to buy a Mach-E over a Tesla Model Y? So a lot of things that we're going to have to see coming up. Looking at the stock price right now at the time of this recording, down almost 5% on this news. But we saw the same thing happen when China dropped the prices as well. Those prices came down. We saw the stock price take a massive drop and then recovered and actually went very green on the day because people understood that they were going to be pumping out a lot more volume. We will see if that's exactly what transpires this time. But, like we said in the video last night, Tesla was poised for a breakout or a breakdown, and it could have been from Tesla specific news. Well, we're getting Tesla specific news on Friday the 13th. And we also have Jerome Powell coming out and speaking today. So it's going to be a very exciting day. And we're going to have Alexandra on the channel tonight. So we are going to have a lot to talk about tonight. So I hope you guys are able to join us. All right, so we're just going to go through these ordering pages together, both custom order and inventory for the Y and the 3, just so you guys can see what these price drops are looking like. So now going into the custom order, we don't see the 4680 version in here yet. I have a feeling it's going to be coming, but Now, as we can see, if you click purchase price, 52,990 for the Model Y long range, 56,990 for the performance. Again, wondering if Tesla's going to do another price drop. I'm curious if maybe they're checking to see how this is going to go with inventory, what this is going to do for lead times. They're still ramping up production in Austin, as we know. So I'm wondering if they're doing this maybe in Q2, they drop down that Model Y long range to 49,990 and bring down the Model Y Performance to 53,990 so that they can both qualify. And as it says up here, the $7,500 federal tax credit, certain new Model 3 and Model Y vehicles qualify for a federal tax credit for eligible buyers. This credit amount is in effect for deliveries until March 2023. So again, where I said, maybe they drop prices again in Q2, maybe March of this year is when we are going to get that next price drop if they end up going that route. Again, we will have to pay attention to lead times because I have a feeling this is going to push lead times out. And so now looking at the 52,990, if we change anything else on this, let's say we add paint, we add the better wheels, that there is going to put us at 55,990 and does not qualify when you add those two options. So that there is not going to qualify, and then that's not even adding the tow hitch on for another 1,000. So this is why it's leading me to believe that we are actually going to be seeing another price drop coming, because then you can add on these extra options, because these extra options are usually higher margin as well. So it doesn't cost Tesla $2,000 for the extra set of wheels. It's high margin stuff. Adding a tow hitch is not $1,000. That's high margin stuff as well. So they're going to want to have that added on and be available for the tax credit because that's extra money in their pocket on the bottom line. So I really do believe that they are going to be dropping prices at least one more time, but this is a significant drop. And so now looking at the inventory that is out there in my area, again, I will do a full count on all of this tomorrow morning to see where we're at because I'm counting them on Saturday mornings to stay consistent and tracking all of this. But these are the 4680 Model Ys here as well. So the 4680 Model Ys are 52,490 and 52,990. So then my next question is, if these are 52,990 at the 4680 with clearly lower range, we've got 269 miles of range versus 279 miles of range. If these versions are the same price as the long range, why would people want to take the shorter range one? Unless Tesla's going to do an unlock on these. What is the actual cost on these 4680s? Is it higher than we thought, and that's why they're keeping the prices high? Or is it lower than we thought, and they're keeping these prices high to make up for some of the margin hit that they're taking by all of the other price cuts? We don't know this. Perhaps it's a question that is going to be answered on the Q4 earnings call, or maybe before then. We don't know for sure, but these are just things that I'm starting to look at and question right now. I'm loving the price drops, especially from the consumer standpoint. From the investor standpoint, we already talked about this. We know it's going to be a margin hit, but it's going to increase volume. And that is what Tesla's goal is this year. This is why we have been excitedly anticipating this. So now it is here. And again, I think we will see one more price drop this year. And so looking at the Model 3, we can see that it is now $43,990 for the rear wheel drive Model 3. You take $7,500 off of that. And guess what? You're almost at $35,000 for the Model 3. So under a sub $40,000 Model 3 is back on the line here in the US. And now the Model 3 Performance also qualifies now. That is down to the $53,990. So again, we cannot order the Model 3 long range yet, but it is in inventory. And again, when it comes to the additions, when you go over to the Model 3 Performance, you start adding on, even just the mid-coat paint for $1,000. You upgrade the interior, you have now pushed yourself over $55,990. That no longer qualifies for the EV tax credit. So again, I have a feeling they're going to be dropping prices on the Model 3 Performance as well, so that more people will opt in for some of these, high margin options that they can offer. And then looking at this Model 3 inventory that we have in my area. And again, I will check these inventory numbers tomorrow morning to see where they are at. But looking here, let me see if there's any long range Model 3s in here. And yep, here are the long range Model 3s in stock. 358 miles of range at 49,990 for the Model 3 long range. So the long range Model 3s are in stock. Those prices did come down significantly as well. So you still can only get them in inventory. You cannot custom order these. But again, prices are down significantly for the Model 3 long range. And now looking at my order here, you guys have been going through this with me for the last few months where I kept on putting it on hold, and then they finally told me it was canceled. So now here on my order page, I am seeing final order hold. This was not here before, by the way. Final order hold. This order cannot be placed on hold again. If you are unable to take the delivery of the next available vehicle, your order will be canceled. If you are ready to take delivery, tap remove hold. You will receive an update when your vehicle is ready. I'm not going to hit it right now because I'm still going to wait, but this is very interesting telling me that I still have a vehicle on hold despite the fact that they have told me it has been canceled. So very interesting for me to see, and I literally just noticed this right now with you guys. So this is very very intriguing right now, and I'm really wondering if I'm going to end up taking my Model Y this year because these are looking very enticing. So a lot of things for me to still play out, but Tesla is making some serious moves and really getting a lot of people. I mean, thinking here that I'm wondering if I'm going to take mine. I know a lot of other people are going to be out there thinking the same thing, and they're going to be making the move. I know I was talking to Tesla Karov this morning. He said his family may go out and buy a Model Y as well. So if that ends up happening, this is just again the decisions that people are starting to make. We are seeing this price parity coming. We are seeing the prices coming down, where there's going to be a lot of people choosing EVs over ICE. And Legacy Auto doesn't have any EVs produced at any sort of volume right now to make up for this to try and battle Tesla. So I'm very interested to see what Ford and GM are going to do with this. And again, as you guys can see here, stock is down about 5% at the time of this recording. So being down 5%, again, we saw this when China dropped their prices. So will we see this rebound on this, or is this going to be what causes the breakdown in the stock price? We'll take a look at that later today. We will only know as the day goes on. And then we'll tap into it tonight when we talk to Alexandra to see which way the price moved and how this can affect the stock moving forward. So, overall, I am very excited to see this. This is what we have been anticipating from both a consumer standpoint and an investor standpoint. I think this is the right move. But again, I think we are going to see at least one more price drop just because seeing the options, you can't get some with some things. I think we see one more drop, probably coming in Q2. We're going to have to see with Tesla how this is going to be affecting all of the different lead times, how it affects inventory. So very exciting stuff. Great way to kick off this Friday the 13th. We have a nasty storm rolling through right now here. I think some stuff is frozen outside. I heard somebody scraping the driveway. So we've got that Friday the 13th, massive price drops. We've got Jerome Powell coming out. I've got Alexandra coming on. Whew, buckle up, Buttercup. And if you guys haven't seen in the merch store, we have new Buckle Up Buttercup merchandise with a stock chart and everything on it. And we are doing a 10% discount for all veterans that are out there. So I will get that up and running. I will get that discount code out there for any of you veterans who would like to purchase one of these. Lots of updates coming to the merch store. And I'm going to extend the veteran discount to all merchandise, not just that one. Thank you guys for all of your service. So I will get that up there and I will update that as soon as I can. Otherwise, you guys can let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about these price drops? Is this going to change your mind to now purchase one? Are you excited to get one? How do you think the US is going to react on this for people who bought it previously? We know we saw in China that they went bonkers over there because of it. But as we saw here, the inventory was building up, so it may not be as bad. But you guys can let me know how you think people are going to react to this. And from an investor standpoint, how do you feel about it as well? Do you think that this is going to be a good thing? Again, share your thoughts in the comments below. We will see you on tonight with Alexandra. Thank you guys all so much for all of your support. We will see you later.